Okay. All right. Hear me out. Hear me out. We went to the expo, the 2026 Anime Expo, and we went and saw the Bleach, the new trailer, the new teaser, the new season coming out. You know, the Calamity, and we got to sign up for the beta test. And so I'm one of the few that actually got like merch from the expo, like for the beta test. So if you can see this is exclusive to the game, and then this is for, you know, the hype. You know, you cracked it, and then for the trailer, it was phenomenal. Like, you see the post on there where everybody's got the orange glow stick. Yeah, I was there. I saw the new season, the new everything, but that's not why we're here. That's not why you're here. We got to play the beta test. I wanted to go over a few things, and because it's been out for a day. Well, right now, we're going to give our thoughts, like the pros and cons and kind of concerns. I've seen a lot of people like play and summon and everything, but I haven't seen anybody's like kind of thoughts about it unless they like went in the middle of their video. But I will say that I love it so far. You gotta get ready, you know, for the amazement. So I don't know if any of you guys have played like other gacha games or other mobile games, but Mirror's High is a lot like Dragon Ball Legends. It's like the card kind of fighter. Dragon Ball Legends is really good. It just is exclusive in PvP. That's why I usually play like Dokkan Battle, which is kind of the same franchise. Or you guys probably know about it if you know mobile games. But if you don't, it's long story short, it's a bubble clicker PvE game, but it's still a gacha game. So it still satisfies my kind of thirst for like, not like gambling, but like gambling. You know, like, I'm a free to play, so I don't necessarily have the issue of trying to. I never pay in these games, so even though like a lot of the things are pricey and buying stuff in game, I never have that issue. I just have the issue like staying on top or staying in the meta because I'm a free to play, so I don't necessarily have access to that same resources. But I have a lot of good things to say about this so far. I'm super casual kind of player. I will play the game a lot, but I'm casual. I'm not like trying to swear or try hard the best builds or nothing. Like, maybe if I can get it, but 99% of the time I'm not like extremely going out of my way to get it. But I digress. So we'll do a bunch of pros and cons. We'll just throw them out there. There won't be a specific section. Just if I remember anything, this is kind of the order I'm going to go. So, but we'll start off with, like, a lot of the advertisement was customer creation. Not customer. I don't know what it is. I keep saying customer creation. It is character creation. For the love of me and everything else, it is character creation. I don't know why I keep saying customer, just because maybe we're the customer. Either way, but the character creation, the customization is amazing. That's phenomenal. I love it. I didn't really explore like for the character, but I got to see some people's like OCs, and like Indakuba's was a really good one, that like the way he customized it. But mine, I just took the default because I love the kind of like original card arts, or the kind of the original characters, because what is it, like this character for example, kind of like the female original character, and then I believe this is like the male version. This is, I could be wrong, sometimes they're hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure it's the male version. It's kind of like your male and female. They're both like dual protagonists, but you kind of just generally go as one. The other one kind of shows up in the story depending on what you pick. But I just stuck with the one on the left here. I don't want to botch the name, so I'm just not even going to try to say the name. But that was, or the redder of the redheads. That's the one I picked. But I just stuck to default because I already love the character design, so I just figured if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the lore and everything kind of behind the character creation itself, I truly adored. The bigger one for me was you got to customize your Zanpakuto. Oh my goodness. I indirectly made mine look like Zoro's Black Blade with like a bigger aura, and it just looks so good. I got to put like Ichigo's chain at the bottom when he goes like final Getsuga, and I kind of had a similar chain I put at the end of that. It was so great. And you got to watch, and you got to like the character you customized, I'm pretty sure, because I didn't really, but the Zanpakuto you got to see in when you summon the banners, because your character is the one doing the animations, at least most of them. So the summon animation was so pretty to look at, especially after I figured out you can customize the Zanpakuto, because I didn't know that. It is also kind of like, I will say in the middle, like it is really exciting to kind of like be a part of this like new community. I love Bleach. I love it. I went to the Expo. I got to see, you know, the new episode with Yoruichi's Thunder Flash and everything. That was crazy. We were trust me, we were all hyped. We all got really loud every time Yoruichi popped on the screen. However, and so, but I got a little lucky on my summons. My first summon, I ended up re-rolling, but I got 2 4-stars, and I was like, oh, I want to greed. I want Ichigo, or I want Yoruichi. And then I ended up going and summoning for like an extra 15 minutes, just because the first one you could like re-roll until you got what you wanted. And I don't know if that's like, oh, this is your first summon on this account, so you can kind of just re-roll until you get what you want, or if it's like a beta test, kind of like, hey, we just want you to pick the character you want and get it, so here is this free summon, and just keep re-rolling until you want to. Either way, it was really good. So I kind of rolled until Ichigo, because I figured he'd be one of the stronger characters. I figured that he would be if he wasn't like one of the stronger characters, then he would just be like one of the flashier characters. And was I right? And I don't know if it was exclusive to him, but I ended up doing another summon, because in the gift box they gave you 2 more summons, and the next one I pulled an extra Ichigo, and his card art changed. And if I remember, I'll put it on the screen for like his before and after. And but some of the cons that I say I would have is, speaking on summons, to max out like a character's strength, you need to pull 7 copies, as far as I'm aware. Maybe even more, depending. But every time you would pull another character, they would get a limit break, and you could see like 7 little like fire emblems under their description, and when you pulled them, so it'd be like their name, their type, their everything, their star, and then it'd be like 7 little fire emblems, and you would, every time you pulled a new one, it would have an extra emblem, and so you need to pull 7 of them, and I just didn't really agree with that too much, just because from a free-to-play perspective, if there's PvP, then, which we'll get into that too, if there's PvP, it's going to be bad, but if it's only PvE, then it's okay. You only need 1 copy to truly embrace the character, even if it's not at full strength. But then another con I kind of liked was the currency. You needed 3,000 for 1 summon, which is fine. You know, I don't really know the balance for like how much it was giving in the beginning, because you're just completing all the new missions. You ended up getting a lot of currency, so I ended up doing like 4 summons after the first freebie, and I ended up doing a mission that gave me an extra ticket summon too, because there was 2 different banners. And I am a little concerned because you only generally get like 50 currency. I don't know what the currency's called, I don't remember, but you only get 50 currency for your daily battles, or for all the daily quests. So if you do all like the 5 to 7 missions, then you get like 10, 20, and 30. Oh, I guess, I don't know, it's right around 50. Either way, you would need to play the game for, what is that, like 60 days for like 2 months almost. The math isn't totally right on there, but you need to play for a long time if that's your only way of getting currency. It's probably not, but in some games, like once you, like if you play a lot, or if you're just kind of casual or free to play, then they'll get a point usually where you've done everything and you only have like the dailies, where is what you get in currency. And so it's not going to be really good for free to play players if that's the case. Granted, it's a gacha game. It's not really going to kindle towards free to play players, but later in the game's lifespan, once it actually does come out, it might be a cause for concern. Then, kind of pouring into Dragon Ball Legends, I also like the fact that a lot of the characters have multiple vanishes. I think every character does, but I think there was a moment like Yoruichi had 3, because that was kind of for like her. She was like an evasion character, where you sideswipe and you have multiple dodges. So in Legends, you only have one dodge. And now there's ways to like get it back or get it faster, or some characters will like use one, get one back. But generally, if you get hit once, you get into this like really long combo string, and you're just punished. In this one, there's so many mechanics. There's like a counter mechanic after you've already gotten hit. There's a counter mechanic towards like, well, if they use a green card, you use a strike, or a red card, and you instantly counter. Then you can dodge. Then you can clash. There's so many mechanics. So it's good for fighting back and for like just bad matchups or bad things that happen, or you don't get fully punished. Like, you don't just get into a huge combo string even after you've already only got hit once. But even then, I fully don't understand like how fast you get cards, because you start the fight with 2, which is, I guess we're going to make a lot of comparisons to Legends. In Legends, you start with 4. So in this one, I was kind of used to that. And I was like, oh, like, you can't, if you want like a decent combo string in the beginning, just click a card, and then that's it. Maybe you get one more, but you're not generally going to 100 to 0 the enemy for like 2 or 3 cards, depending on like your spiritual pressure kind of difference, which is kind of like your power level. So if my spiritual pressure is higher than yours, and it's generally like in a like not a playable character, so if it's like a hollow or a story stage, then you'll lower their damage and you'll get a better clash chance, I think it is, to like succeed, which is really good. You always want to have a higher spiritual pressure, which kind of incentives a lot of things. Then for I kind of lost the point, but yeah, the combat's phenomenal. I like a lot of the things. I just don't like when you drop combo. So sometimes you'll like get a character downed, and I think it's to prevent like long combo strings. And it's like, granted, we're in the beginning stages. We're all still kind of learning to play these new mechanics. It is really easy to drop the combo. It's most likely a skill issue, but I had a lot of hard times. Like, I never lost due to it, but I would definitely get hit consistently just due to dropping combos. But the combat feels great. Other than that was probably the only real gripe I had. I do like the kind of affinities, the like counters, the clashes. It has a high skill ceiling. Might be a little bad for like just casual players. Just hop in for a little bit, hop not. Like, kind of like me, but I'm starting to get a little bit more back into the swing of things. And so one thing that might be another concern is PvP generally. Like, this game, it's going to have a high skill ceiling, and then you need 7 copies to max a character out. Then with the multiple vanishes, the matches are going to last maybe even longer. And then also like the clashes and then the counters and everything. So like there's just a lot of mechanics. So once people like start maxing out their characters, promoting their characters, getting like highest tier things, and if there turns out to be PvP, it might not be healthy for the game. It might be better for like the wallets of the people behind the game, but for the players themselves, it might not be the best. Like, I'll definitely want to play and enjoy this game because I love Bleach. I love gacha games. I love these kind of original stories tied into like the stories we normally love. Like, you watch all 100, or no, that's Black Clover. I was gonna say 170, but you watch like all 360 episodes of Bleach. Then you watch the extra 30, 40, 50, I forget how much in 1,000 Year Blood War, because they're adding more. So you watch like all of those episodes, and then here is a completely new story with the characters you love. So you get to spiderweb a little bit, and it's phenomenal. I always love things like, so I'll play and I'll have a good time, but as a free to play, it might take a little bit out of the fun for me, at least later into the game. This is kind of talking about like months or even years from now, if the game ever gets there, which I hope it does, because they have a very, very good foundation. But then I would say another thing is like they had a tutorial for like affinities, but they didn't like delve more. They should have, like, maybe I missed it, but like a separate section, just like, hey, if there's any questions you kind of have about the game or the basics, here's an entire tutorial page. Because I was like 2-3 hours in before, or yeah, I think I was like that long in, even before I knew I could customize my Zanpakuto. And it would have made like the beginning animations or like re-rolling that many times for my first perfect animation or just the character I wanted that much better. Yeah. Just because there was like a ton of things that I wish I would have known sooner or just didn't know in the beginning about like a lot of the features, or just like things I got like a little confused about and just kind of really look it up, or would have to spend a decent amount of time to go and kind of test. So it's not like a total bad thing. A lot of games, they don't have tutorials, or a lot of things, like another one I played, like Dokkan Battle, just it got a little better. It's a little better, but it just kind of throw you to the wolves. And just the more you play, the more content you look up, the more videos you watch, that's kind of how you learn to play the game. And then once you like get into that curve, it's a lot better. So hopefully they just invest a little bit more into a tutorial, but that's completely fine. I would say another thing was the summon animations. I know I went and delved a little bit, but my favorite animation was when the sky turns to night, and that was just phenomenal because your sword would like glow a lot, your Zanpakuto would glow during a lot of like sequences. So in the nighttime, and or at least when the sky was dark and your Zanpakuto would glow, it just looks so much better. It just looks so good. And I would say that there's a surprisingly there's a surprisingly a lot of content that is in the game so far. Like there's an arena mode where you have to level up every character because you use a set of like 3 or however many you put, up to 3, and you'll just fight. And every time you fight, you can't use that for like end of season, but the season only said it was like 3 days. So you have to like level up your box and a ton of other characters, just keep doing those and keep like climbing the leaderboard. And then there was kind of like this other one. It was kind of weird. Weird as in just like different. But you would like, I want to say Jack in the Box, but it would like roll, and it would roll onto like a character out of like 3, 4, or 5, depending on the difficulty, once you unlock more. And that's who you would fight. And you would just get like more and more rewards off of facing the same fights over and over once that like rolled. And then once you got enough, you would fight this kind of like boss-esque and get more rewards. So that was like really cool. Then there was like not only the story, but there was difficulties for the story. Like there was a hard mode that just ate through your stamina, and then a very hard, which my characters weren't high enough level to, I didn't like promote their grades and get from like level 60 to level 80 or beyond and early enough for like my first session. So I didn't actually end up playing that game or playing that hardest difficulty for the story. Which to tie into that, and then there was daily battles. There was like daily like farming materials for like leveling up your characters, so that was really nice to do. And then there was kind of like they called it like a reconnaissance mission, when you send a few characters, you're out, and then after a certain amount of time, then you would get those characters back and rewards. But they don't like steal the character from like other game modes. Like you could still have them just in that exclusive game mode, like the travel time, you wouldn't be able to use them. And so there was the kind of AFK farm mode, which you do really quick, and then there was like the arena, and I think it was the arena, but you would actually fight like other people's presets. So like if I put Ichigo, ROC, and then Rukia on a team, then you would fight them. You would fight that, and I would like, oh, this is my preset I put up. Then somebody else plays that game mode, and they're like similar to my rank. Then they would fight my team in order to climb ranks if they won. I never lost, so I don't know if your rank actually goes down or if I was like starting rank. I've yet to pour more hours into it. Then there was like as I said, the story mode, but there was only one chapter in the story, which I thought there was going to be more, but for how many other game modes there were, I'm not complaining. It's not that I was like, oh, there's not more story. I just was kind of like, I want to know more about the lore of what's going on and our original characters. So that's why I was like, oh, bummed out there wasn't more story, but one chapter is enough for me. Little plug-in, but I had like a 3-hour first session. It's a little all over the place because I got some new equipment and just kind of like a new setup and a new background. So it's a little all over the place, but if you want to kind of see my first expressions, my first reactions, and the jumbleness of like how I do things, then hop over to twitch.tv. It's the Vinny Mac. It's the same as this channel name, but if you hop over there, then you can certainly find like my first expressions. I'll put it in my highlights, so it stays there forever, because beta tests like this are once in a lifetime for a lot of games like this. And that I had a few other things to kind of say, but that was like a lot of it. There's a lot of potential for this game. Bleach is a huge universe. It has the potential to stay for a long time. As you look at like Brave Souls, that one's been out forever. And granted, that one doesn't have to do as crazy animations. This one has to be like closer to the anime, and they have to create like an original story and everything. So that so it might take a little longer, it might not last as long. It really depends. And if they add PvP, it'll extend the life. I won't be a fan of it, but that's just, I'm not the biggest fan of PvP in mobile games of this type, of this caliber, so that would just be me. But they have so many different things they could do with like raids, boss battles, limited time events, new characters, because characters are content. Like just summoning is content. Just hopefully they adhere to like the free-to-plays a little bit more would be terrific. But there's so much potential for this game. I would say that I'm very hyped. I'm looking forward to, I'll be around and definitely playing this game. Hopefully I get a little bit more time this week to play and post more, but we'll see. I have so many hours to work outside of this. You know, life is busy, life is good. I would say that if there's anything else that I remember, I'll throw it in a pinned comment or a description. But overall takes, phenomenal game. Looking forward to it. I had a few crashes, but that's to be expected. My setup is suboptimal too. I'm streaming my phone to my computer in order to play and record, so that's my own fault. And then like due to that, I lost some like stamina, little resources, the summon animation, but it's phenomenal. I see so much potential with this game, and Bleach is such an expansive, wonderful universe. So everything about this game is going to be so great and so phenomenal. I'm just looking forward to it in so many endeavors. I want to have the game come out so I can finally like keep the things I summoned for and keep my box, because I'm leveling everything up. You know, you're in the moment, you're like, oh, you know, I'm keeping this is gonna be mine, this is like gonna stay around. And then even though in the back of your head you're like, it's not, but I want my box to look nice, I want everything leveled up, everything maxed out. But we'll see what happens. That's the one thing that's a little bummer, it won't carry over, but like, you know, we would get such an advantage, especially for the people that can pour a ton of time. I should have said this in the beginning of the video, otherwise my bad if I'm repeating myself, but there were only 20,000 people that got into this beta test. You can look it up, you can trust my word, whatever you feel like, but we are one of the lucky few, so I appreciate you guys hearing me out. and getting used to this new game that is going to be wonderful in so many endeavors. I am probably going to try to sweat in the arena a little bit. We'll see. But we're going to enjoy our time. Everything is lovely. Like, honestly, I thought I'd have more kind of like things I didn't like about it, but it's more like, oh, there's not more is where I'm at. And the fact that like I might have a little issue free to play when the game comes out and we're like later in, and you're just gonna want multiple copies or even one copy. It might be difficult, because it's like, if you guys ever played Old Dokkan Battle, it's non-SSR guaranteed. Right now, you're not guaranteed 4 stars, but you guaranteed like 2 to 3 for this game. But that's totally fine. That's okay. And that's all I have to say before we go on for too long. And let me know what you think. If you've seen around, looked around, and I missed something that is like kind of big, or if you have a different opinion, or if you like or dislike, like tell me which way you sway, and I'll let you know if I agree. But for now, I will catch you guys later.